Hi, welcome to Joey's Hi-Fi shop. Today we have a vintage Rega Mira 3. So this is going to be a early to mid 2000 Rega Mira. And the reason it's called the Rega Mira 3 is because previous to this there was a Rega Mira 2000, and then previous to that there was the original Rega Mira that came out in the 90s that's in a clamshell enclosure, much like the CD player and DAC over there. It's the exact same enclosure, just has a knob and the amps inside that. Just like this enclosure here is similar to the enclosure that has a CD transport in it for the 2000 CD players. They had the Rega Planet, the Rega Saturn, and I think they had a Jupiter, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong on that. And they also had the Rega Apollo. So this enclosure was ubiquitously used, just like that enclosure, for all of their series. So this is what they look like. If you see, maybe you can see all the way back there, I have a set that looks similar to this. That's a preamp and an amplifier. This is an integrated amplifier. So it has the RCA connections and speaker outputs. Now this amplifier specifically, I just purchased used, and I'll be selling it. It does not have the red and black knobs that you normally have on this. Here at our shop, we use banana plugs that just plug right directly into the holes of these posts. So it's not a huge deal for customers that I sell to, but it does mean it's not, 100% perfect. And so that's something I think about when pricing it. One of the interesting things about this amplifier that you may not notice right away is that it has a huge heat sink on the back, on the bottom of it. So it is stoutly built. It's heavy, and you may be asking, well, how do I choose the inputs on the back of this integrated amplifier? And what's interesting about this era is that you just push the volume control in, and then you can select, and it has LEDs that correspond to each input. And then you push it again and it goes back to being a volume control. They did not include an original remote, but they included a new Rega remote, which is the most current base Rega remote that you can get. And it works just fine with it. I mean, that's, I love vintage Rega because it really isn't, they don't, in a good way, they don't abandon their designs and the equipment that they've had over the past 30 years. This remote will also work with that, with those players over there. And so it's a very, nice feeling to know you can go from this to a newer Rega Brio, to the newest Rega Brio, or to the newest Rega Elex MK4, and everything's going to kind of pretty much plug back in and play the same way it did. And what you're going to get is you're going to get that generation's Rega sound and all of the benefits that come with it in terms of refinement and musicality. But if you hook this up to any of these speakers here, it's gonna sound really good. And if you hook up a Rega P3 with a new Indy 5 cartridge to this phono section, it's gonna sing. And you can hook up pretty stout speakers to a Rega Mira. I mean, not just Rega speakers, but there are other brands that you can connect up to it, and it's gonna sound really good. And this is gonna come in price-wise way less than a Rega IO. So if you're trying to start out on a budget, I recently did a video on the Rega Auras, and even on these Rega Elias over here, the black ones. You could pair that with an entry-level Rega P2 and Indy 3 cartridge. And of course, there's a fly here today. I don't know what happened. But you could pair that all up, and it will sound amazing. It will really, really sound good. So I recommend, there are multiple reviews from that era on this equipment. You can go and read up on those. And there's all these forums that talk about all of the equipment we have, but really this vintage was when Rega started getting covered in the press. So I really recommend checking them out. This is a really cool vintage piece. And yeah, I'll listen to it and let y'all know. This fly is totally getting me. I'll listen to it and let y'all know what I think about it in another video. So y'all take it easy and have a good day.